it's so beautiful. So, iDubbbz, the fucking king of YouTube, I guess, made one video and set the whole goddamn website ablaze with these trending videos of tier lists, and, you know, I'm trying to give me some of those YouTube views, so I thought I'd do it, and why not do it in probably the most talked about subject on the goddamn planet right now, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Nobody's done one of these, at least not good, so I figured I'd take my chance and, you know, try and get some of those views, you know, rack it up. And also, I'm completely fucking bored. I have nothing to do. I'm so let's get right into it. Iron Man 1, the big boy that started it all. You know, this movie, it's still amazing to this day. If you haven't watched it, first off, what the fuck are you doing and why are you even here? Two, you know it's a good movie. It's, honestly, I think the Iron Man suit in this movie looks better than it did in Infinity War, which was a CGI piece of shit, and same for Civil War. I genuinely think they took a step backward after this movie on how good the Iron Man suits looked. This is the best one. They all look so good in this movie. And the movie itself, it's just a great story with a great antagonist and protagonist. And, you know, just fucking, it's amazing. A tier. Oh, fuck. I forgot about this movie. I've never actually seen this movie all the way through. That's how boring and irrelevant it is. F tier. By the way, I am going in the order that they came out, if you haven't figured that out already, except for Infinity War. I'm gonna do that before Endgame. And it's fucking raining outside. What the fuck? Anytime I try to do something, it gets fucked. Iron Man 2. It's kind of hard for me to judge this movie lately because I've seen this movie so many goddamn times. It's like they never stop playing this movie on TV for some reason. It's a good movie. Personally, I don't think it's as good as Iron Man 1's. I'm just going to throw it in B tier. There was actually a lot going on in Iron Man 2 now that I think about it. And there was like no action. So, yeah, I think it belongs in B tier. Thor, piece of shit, boring ass movie, F tier. Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, this is one I'm not sure about. I don't really know how I feel about it. See, I remember it being really good in the beginning and just having a solid start, and it was so cool. And it was a cool movie, and it was a cool start to Captain America. But relative to the other two Captain America movies, this one isn't that great. I mean, it was a good start. I'm gonna give it a C tier. That movie also did set us up for the Avengers, which is next on the list. The Avengers, the first big motherfucking smackdown. Holy shit, what do you even say about this movie? When this movie came out, we had never seen anything like this before. It was fucking incredible. I remember just hearing about it, just hearing rumors about how they were gonna bring all these heroes together for one big fucking smackdown. It was just incredible, and I thought people were crazy hearing about it. And then we see Captain America, the first Avenger, and they confirm that shit, and it's like, what the fuck is this, dude? This is what? And then the movie came out and completely shattered everyone's expectations. It was funny. The action was intense. The relationship between the characters and the way they interacted with each other. It was all brilliant. This movie is what kickstarted the whole thing, and obviously it's timeless. The movie's fucking amazing, even today. So obviously this movie's going in S tier. Compared to now, where we have all these crazy fucking superhero team ups, some good, some bad, it seems like it shouldn't stand out as much as it did. But when you actually look back to where we were when that movie came out, it's pretty fucking crazy. It was pretty incredible, and it's still a really good movie. Iron Man 3. What the fuck? Okay, look, you see that guy? You see that guy right there? He's a big guy on the fucking poster for this movie. That is Mandarin. The Mandarin. And they fucking killed this motherfucker. It actually enrages me just thinking about what they did to the Mandarin. The Mandarin is so fucking cool. And they ruined him. E tier. The movie wasn't terrible, but just the simple fact that they fucked the Mandarin like that, I can't even. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm just. That doesn't even get a rank. Okay, we're not even gonna talk about Thor: The Dark World because I will probably have an aneurysm. Hey, look, here's a good movie. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Oh my God! If you have not seen this movie, what the fuck are you doing? And why have you ever watched any other Marvel movie? Because this is the epitome of perfection. Captain America, the Winter Soldier is just fucking awesome. Everything from the action sequences to the character building to the relationships between the characters and the dilemmas that they're facing. It's fucking great. I love this movie. Pretty much everyone does. It's pretty much universally agreed that this is easily one of the best Marvel movies, and because it's so fucking good. It's just S tier, dude. Guardians of the Galaxy. This is an interesting one because I'm pretty sure this movie threw everyone for a loop. I mean, look at all the other movies that you had come out before this. This was a movie that nobody expected to be good. It literally looks like a knockoff Avengers. It was the first time we'd ever ventured out into movies that weren't in the original 6 Avengers, and they executed it really well. It was a really good movie, and all the characters they made interesting. And when you saw this movie before it came out, you were like, what the fuck is this, dude? A fucking tree? A raccoon? This looks fucking knockoff Avengers / Star Wars clone, but it was actually really good, and it was really funny, and you know, it was a good story. So B tier. I'll give it a B tier. Avengers: Age of Ultron. I don't really know what to say about this movie. It was a good movie, but at the same time, it didn't have that magic that the original Avengers had, and it doesn't have the magic that Infinity War and Endgame have. It's just like the weird middle child of the original Avengers and Infinity War. So, a lot of people seem to not like this movie at all. They really think it's just a lackluster movie. I don't think it is like that in any case. I thought, you know, the Hulk was really good in the movie. What else was good about this movie? I can't say I didn't think that Ultron was as intimidating as he should have been. Granted, the person who played, I can't remember what his name is, but the actor for Ultron fucking blew it out of the water. But something about the way he was written just didn't seem as scary as he usually is in other Marvel shit. So I don't know. C tier. We'll give it a C tier. Ant-Man. I wasn't the biggest fan of this movie or character when it came out. I still really am not. I think I've only seen it 1 or 2 times maybe. Ant-Man, we're gonna C tier. This goes in C tier too, honestly. Oh, fuck. That's what Ultron was. It was just a prequel to this. Captain America: Civil War, which, despite the name being Captain America, isn't really a Captain America movie. And why was it even called Captain America? Why wasn't it just Civil War? What the fuck? What? Hold on. I'll be right back. Well, despite the dumb shit naming, this movie is easily one of the best Marvel movies that have ever came out. It again was different. It was this team up movie between heroes, but at the same time they were fighting each other. I remember arguing with so many people as to what side we were on. Like, I was Team Iron Man, dude. I was Team Iron Man all the way back in the day, dude. I fucking loved Tony Stark. Before any of the MCU movies, I always liked Captain America more, but these movies made me like Tony Stark and Iron Man. Yeah, this movie was like, hey, you remember all that shit that happened in that badass movie, The Winter Soldier? Oh, yeah, and you remember all that shit that happened in Age of Ultron? Oh, yeah, that all has an impact in this movie. Oh, yeah, and you remember that one Black Panther guy and the Spider guy that we've never seen before? Oh, yeah, they're in this movie too, by the way. And then they fucking fight. They all fight each other in easily what was one of the coolest fight sequences ever seen. It was fucking awesome. And also the relationship and the tension between the characters and what was happening between them, especially Tony and Captain America. This is when their arc really started to hit its climax, and it was such an emotional ending. And I really think that this movie is an S tier. It is really good. Doctor Strange. This movie's fucking cool. The visuals in this movie easily are the fanciest and coolest to look at. I mean, just look at the fucking poster. Look at it. Hands down, this movie has the best visuals in any of the MCU movie. It looks amazing the whole time. I'm gonna throw this one an A tier. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, it's a lot of the same old formula from the first one, except it wasn't done as well. I don't even really remember what. It was something with his dad. His dad was like a bad guy. Somehow. It was good. I remember laughing a few times, I remember a few of the jokes, but other than that, I don't remember anything about the story or how they even ended up in their situation. So I'm just gonna give it a D. Finally filling in that missing slot there. I'm not putting it there just because I want to fill that hole. Okay, I'm not. I swear. They fixed Spider-Man. What else do you need to know about this movie? Honestly, they brought in an actor that plays Peter Parker perfectly. And they established a very important relationship between Tony Stark and Peter. As well as the Vulture being what seemed like was going to be a really shitty villain and made him actually a really good villain. It's a really good movie. That's obvious A tier. They fixed Thor. Honestly, Thor 1, it's an F tier. Thor The Dark World, I don't even talk about that movie. Thor Ragnarok kicked ass. It fixed Thor. What more do you have to know about that movie? They weren't in Civil War, so they decided, okay, let's throw the two baddest motherfuckers, Thor and Hulk, in the same movie and have this movie kick some serious ass. Let's have Thor become a serious bad motherfucker and actually likable. And let's give him a conflict that actually makes sense. Oh yeah, and let's give you a reason to empathize with him. And let's have some badass action sequences. A tier. Black Panther. Man, do I love this movie. This movie is easily one of my favorite MCU movies. It was a really good movie, and I don't think people took notice to it as much as they should have. The visuals, the score, oh, those two together, the synergy, as well as having a really likable protagonist and a really good antagonist who it kind of makes you agree with him. He was really good. He had a really good motive for what he was doing, I thought, and it was a really good movie. And the score, as well as the soundtrack, dude, all of the music in this movie was just A tier, man. I'm not gonna give it an S tier because I don't think it quite reaches that level of just superiority, but it is a really good movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I just straight up don't like this movie. I'm gonna be honest. E. I mean, that movie was slapped right in between Infinity War and Endgame, and considering the conflict that was going on, it is really hard to care about that movie. And I don't know. There's something about it. I don't like it. It wasn't as good as the original Ant-Man, so it gets an E. It gets an E. Captain Marvel. See, what's good about this movie? Brie Larson is hot. D. Alright, we're getting into the big boys, baby. Infinity War. The big boy. The bad motherfucker. This movie, I really don't think they could have done anything that would have made me think this movie was any better. It was fucking awesome. First off, let me just start with this. Josh Brolin as Thanos in this movie. Easily the best part about this movie. Him as Thanos, I think, was the highlight of the past fucking 21 years. He plays the role so perfectly. It's such a great villain with a great motive, and I think just the fucking tone that he sets when he steps in and it's just like, all right, who's ready to get their ass whooped? It's just, it makes this movie. It honestly makes this movie all in itself. Also, the way they told this part of the story was really well done. While they did have a lot going on and there was kind of, different things going on with different groups of the Avengers, they made it work and you constantly know what's going on. You know what's happening. And it's also a movie that can probably never be done in the same way again. I mean, you have a movie that sets up this big, ginormous battle between this big giant group of superheroes and this one super motherfucker, and they lose, and it was fucking crazy. And I don't think we're ever gonna be able to see something on that scale that ends in that way ever again. That ending, your heart drops when he snaps. So I don't know, man. This is just, it speaks for itself with how good it is. The action's all good, the characters, the acting is all good. Fucking Thor in this movie was a badass. Easy, S tier. Oh, fuck, I'm about to piss some people off. See, I didn't do a review of Avengers Endgame. I wanted to, but honestly, I wasn't ready. Avengers Endgame is definitely something special. It is a cultural phenomenon, okay? 11 years of world and character building, all leading to this, and it was executed very well. But it was not executed perfectly. So consider this my mini review of Avengers Endgame. Just because I'm going to get into spoilers in a second, I'm going to be putting this in A tier, and if you've seen the movie, spoiler alert, I'm going to explain why. Now, let me explain this. Endgame is amazing. It left me in chills for the entire time that I was watching it, pretty much, especially the last 45 minutes. Just chills straight up and down my spine the entire time. But a lot of that was fan service. And not that there is anything bad with fan service, and when you have a movie like this that's been building for 11 years, fan service is basically essential. And it's something you can't really get around. But what I'm saying is that if you look past the fan service and the fact that it's just really cool and there's all these really cool moments that you've been waiting for so long, the movie isn't that great. It's good. It's a good movie. Not saying it isn't. It's just not perfection. It isn't Avengers 1. It isn't The Winter Soldier. It isn't Civil War. And it isn't Infinity War. But it's good. It's good in its own right. Now, getting into some serious spoilers, I don't like Fat Thor. I don't like Smart Hulk. And I don't like, this is a minor complaint, but I don't like the fact that Captain America gave his shield to Falcon instead of Bucky. Why the fuck? You're not even as good of friends with Falcon as you are Bucky. And Bucky has the super soldier serum. What the fuck? That, from the moment I saw it, pissed me off. And the more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. Not only that, but Fat Thor. What the fuck was that? I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense that he'd blame himself for Thanos. But why? Why? He was on a fucking roll. He was so good in Ragnarok, and he was so good in Infinity War, and you fucking just took that character's face and just rubbed him in the dirt. And Hulk. What the fuck was Hulk? You set up the perfect scenario where Hulk gets his ass kicked by Thanos in the first 5 minutes of Infinity War, and you set up a perfect situation where he could come out and just fucking Hulk the fuck out and beat the shit out of Thanos, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I was so upset. They ruined Hulk. They ruined him, man. So the movie is good. The movie is good. It left me in chills. I was shaking in my seat. But there's complaints I have. And also, this is the last one. I do have more complaints, but I'm just going to say this. How the fuck did Tony put the Infinity Stones on when Hulk damn near had a fucking seizure putting the things on? That doesn't make any sense. And frankly, I don't really like time travel. I think they did it well, but I don't like introducing time travel into the series. Whatever. It's a good movie, not perfect, A tier. I'm gonna get so much shit for that. Alright, this is it. My final Marvel Cinematic Universe tier list. If you don't agree with me, I don't give a shit. You can, but I don't care. I think I did pretty good. I mean, if you look at the tier list, you can definitely say, okay, all those movies, yeah, they kind of go together. So I think I did pretty good, all right? I did pretty fucking good. If you know anybody who comes up with a better tier list, send them my way, and we'll have a friendly debate about it. I guarantee you they put Endgame in the S tier. It's not. I will never agree with that, but, you know, it's whatever. So, if you agree with my tier list, go ahead and put a thumbs up. If you don't, put a thumbs down. I don't really care. Give me more video interaction. But doing this did make me really want to go back and watch all of the movies in order, except for Thor: The Dark World. Again, that movie's a sack of shit and a half. So yeah, later.